when you start to hurt and when you start to feel a bit of pain, you've probably got 4 or 5 reps left, whereas people think that's the end. So you're taking it to that point. You're taking it to the point where the muscle can literally not move a single inch. You've then got a training partner to give you a forced rep. So that's a rep where they're doing a little bit of the work. Yeah. And then you're going into the intensifier. So there's a drop set where you're dropping the weight off, doing as many reps as possible, so on and so forth. So very intense, short workouts. Yep. That's kind of what he pioneered in the
How long were his workouts?
He says between 45 minutes and an hour for the bulk of the work. Now, you can add on another half an hour for like warm-ups and stuff like that on top of that. But yeah, 45 minutes to an hour, which many people still, when I get people to come in and I do this kind of work with them, like, there's no way you can get that amount of work done in 5 sets. Trust me, you can. You can break down muscle tissue very easily is the wrong word, but fast. Yeah.
With the right kind of approach.
With the right kind of approach. It's always a nice experience for me as a trainer to put someone through that for the first time.
Right. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah. I love it.
So what happened to him then afterwards? He just got injured, or?
A lot of injuries were plaguing him, and I think he just decided to walk away after 1997, and then Ronnie Coleman came in and started that era in 1998. I think a lot of people will know, or potentially know who Ronnie Coleman is. But Dorian Yates, I think he had a bicep tear, lat tear, tricep tear, supraspinatus tear. He was just falling to bits towards the end, so I think he just called it a day. So,
how did Ronnie Coleman's training differ, or was it the same as Dorian, like heavy?
No. Complete polar opposite. So Ronnie Coleman was known for training at certain points through his career twice a day for 6 days a week, and then that means he would do a body part twice a week.
Wow.
Yeah, so ridiculous amount of volume, ridiculous amount of weight. I mean, if you go on YouTube, you'll see videos of him squatting 800 pounds. That's powerlifting numbers. That's not bodybuilding numbers. Yeah. Deadlifting close to 400k. Ridiculous numbers. I very much think he was a genetic outlier. I don't think we'll ever see a physique like that ever again. Even that guy you just showed me, like, he still doesn't touch Ronnie Coleman.
Really?
Structure-wise, no.
Right. So what makes Ronnie Coleman such an outlier? And it's the size, but also the shape.
The size, the shape, the condition he gets in, everything. The thinness of this, every aspect of the human physique at that Olympia level comes into play. So how thin your skin is, how well you can tolerate dehydration, how well you can tolerate fat loss, how well your body deals with cortisol. All these things come into play at that level. It's like a 100-meter sprinter trying to take off 0.1 of a second off his sprint. That's a lot in Olympic level sprinting. It's the same as bodybuilding. Like, it's these tiny details. You've got coaches, amateur coaches do it as well. Sorry, amateur level coaches. You've got coaches looking at physiques every half an hour, and they're spotting changes and going, right, now we need an extra this amount of carbs, that amount of fat, let's put a little more sodium in here, let's put a little bit more water here. It is that precise at that level.
And is there a playbook for that, or is it just experience?
It's all experience.
That's fascinating.
It's all done by the eye.
That's fascinating.
If you were to ask the top 5 coaches in the world, like, write down how you do that, he's like, I can't, because then I'd have a different book for every single guy I train. Everyone's different.
Really?
Everyone's different. There's not one body on this planet that's the same. At that level, it's very easy to have different approaches. But when you're coaching guys and girls who are maybe Scottish regional level, not quite got a lot of development muscle, you can run a similar kind of playbook for most people. Right. It's when you start taking the physique to that extreme level, that's when these tiny wee things make all the difference.
So at the top level, people are looking at them in their pants, so to speak, every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they're going to go, right, tiny bit more salt.
Yeah. Wee bit more water.
Can you see the changes in real time? Like at that level? Because they're so lean and so big?
Yep. So you're that lean that you can spot an extra gram of sodium in the body, an extra half liter in the body.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's that again, we go back to, it's fascinating.
It is really
absolutely fascinating. That eye.
Art.
It's art.